Good evening, friends. We start tonight once again in Syria. There are conflicting assessments coming from the administration on the alleged chemical attack in Syria. Secretary of Defense James Mattis testified before the House Armed Services Committee and said the United States was still looking for actual evidence of a chemical attack in Douma. Meanwhile, Nikki Haley is on record at the United Nations Security Council saying that the United States has enough proof. Manila Chan is following the story and joins us with more. This is a story of mixed messages, no doubt.
Absolutely, Ed. Right now, it's incredibly hard to gauge exactly where the administration is on this whole situation in Syria. Secretary of Defense James Mattis definitely broaching the subject in a more measured approach, telling Congress that while he believed there was a chemical attack in Douma, he was not comfortable in taking military action without hard evidence, adding that he would like to get investigators in there in the next week.
I believe there was a chemical attack, and we're looking for the actual evidence. The OPCW, this is the Organization for the Chemical Weapons Convention. We're trying to get those inspectors in. If we get them in, if the regime will let them in, we will not know who did it. They can only say that they found evidence or did not.
Syrian envoy to the UN, Bashar Jafari, seems to have no problem with that at all, saying that the OPCW will be welcomed with official Syrian assistance.
We will facilitate the arrival of the team to anywhere they want in Douma to check whether or not there was use of chemical substances.
Now, over at the White House, President Trump was in and out of meetings all day concerning the situation in Syria. After Mattis testified on the Hill, he caught up with POTUS. The president now sounding a bit more cautious than he did yesterday in that provocative tweet directed at Russia. Today, he had this to say.
We'll see what happens. It's too bad that the world puts us in a position like that. But, you know, as I said this morning, we've done a great job with ISIS. We have just absolutely decimated ISIS. But now we have to make some further decisions, so they'll be made fairly soon.
Now, this should ease the nerves of some of his critics here on Capitol Hill, such as Virginia Democrat Senator Tim Kaine, the former running mate with Hillary Clinton. Senator Kaine became increasingly a louder advocate for Congress's responsibility to approve any military action. He said, quote, without congressional authorization, any military action President Trump takes in Syria that isn't in self-defense is illegal. So, Ed, yesterday, Trump sounded quite bombastic, leaving nerves all rattled across the states, especially here in Washington, about this potential imminent attack on Syria. Today, it appears that cooler heads are prevailing.
After he met with military leaders, it seemed everything changed.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean they won't hit him. Thank you, Manila. Appreciate it.